we have been hearing stories about a proposal coming from the most progressive parts of the Democratic Party, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and others, about a Green New Deal.
Right.
I'm struck by that. I'm struck by putting these terms together. The New Deal, which really was a massive program to help working people, and green, a recognition of the ecological disaster we are living through. Tell us a little bit about why that's in the news and what you as a labor reporter picked up on as this is being debated.
Well, unfortunately, I think in our Twitter's verse that we're in, it got off to a bad start because the right-wing reactionary media picked up on something that wasn't in the actual legislation, but in a frequently asked questions support document that had been put out around the same time. And there was a reference very far down that the system, the economic system that was being visualized would provide money and support for those people that were unable or unwilling to work. And so out of 2,000 words, they zeroed in on that. And they didn't reflect on the fact that right above that was reference to something that I'm sure your viewers and listeners are familiar with, Franklin Delano Roosevelt's Second Bill of Rights, which was given as part of a State of the Union address in 1944, which really talked about the fact that this country was at a point where it had gone as far as it could in terms of delivering on the Bill of Rights, the political document, but it had fallen far short because so many people were in need. And he extorted the American population not to accept this circumstance where so many people were doing without, because then the republic wouldn't achieve its potential success. And so he talked about work as a right, as something that needed meaningful, dignified work was something that people should have as a right. They didn't focus on that part because really the Green New Deal is all about work.
You know, it strikes me, when Social Security was put forward by FDR as part of the whole New Deal, it was opposed by right-wingers as socialism, the same story. When unemployment compensation was proposed in the 1930s. The right wing again attacked it. When federal jobs, of which there were 15 million, were proposed and put into effect, it was opposed by these people. They are always the same ones who find some little detail like this and become enraged around their anxiety that actually helping people who need it is some sort of threat to their society. It's a bizarre kind of reaction.
I would say that part of the problem is I have a few critiques about the Green New Deal. I do think they need to work higher up into the preamble a reference to Franklin Delano Roosevelt's Second Bill of Rights, because I don't think it's taught. I don't think people even know it exists. So there's this sense of historical continuity with the mainstream of American history. The other thing is I don't think they come directly at a critique of late-stage vulture capitalism the way they need to. They really need to lay out for people that the problem with fossil fuel-generated vulture capitalism is that it privatizes the profits and socializes the environmental waste and degradation. Similarly, and they need to make this point as well, automation does the same thing. These great geniuses of high-tech things that we worship are basically repurposing taxpayer-funded Pentagon research, which then they privatize the profits and then socialize the idle people, and it becomes a cost externality for them, but it becomes our problem to deal with the massive individuals with nothing to do.